All right, got my live video going. See if we can have a couple people that see it right off. I can say hello. I kind of like and dislike the no interaction. It's kind of, makes it a lot easier, but there's somebody. Good, okay, so time to get started. I just figured I wouldn't waste any time exercising by myself. Hey, Sally. Okay, so let's see. Oh, you doing okay? We just got our floors finished up, so there won't be any nasty noise in the background. Hey, Libby. All right, well, I guess it's about 10:30, so we'll go ahead and get started. Let me see what we've got today. We've got something I wanted to do. Yeah, we've got a squat with a knee raise. We've got Arnold presses, reverse bicep curls. That'll be our first go round, but we got to warm up first. And who else is there? Oh, I could do this all day. I'll keep on looking. Hi, Jay. Good to see everybody. And I do go back and look after. It is really neat to see the comments and stuff. So anyway, let's go ahead and get warmed up. I'll keep on. We can start with some shoulder circles. And so hopefully you have a couple pairs of sets of dumbbells. And if you don't, go grab a couple cans out of the pantry, or water bottles also work well. And both of those are multiple sizes, meaning multiple weights too. So just kind of experiment a little bit, doing our Tai Chi twist. Oh man, this is the first kind of, I don't want to say relaxed day. I'm sure we'll be moving clothes and stuff, but I got all the big moving done back into the house with the new floors in, so that's a good thing. Let's do some butt kickers. So yeah, I got all the big furniture moved and everything, so I think all the heavy lifting is over, but man, I've been working hard stuff too for the last 2 weeks, so I'm pretty beat up. So I'm going to enjoy some of the downtime, I think. Let's do some high knees. Actually, been looking forward to getting back to this workout. I hope you guys, if you didn't see it on there, I posted a podcast of one of my favorite trainers. Really goes into the mechanics of everything. And I think the specific one I posted was on low back pain. So let's keep the back nice and straight. In fact, if you want to lock out the arms in the back, you can. Stretching the chest there, and that just helps us keep our spine straight. And if we're doing stretches at the beginning, usually they say to do ballistic stretching, which is that bouncy type. But then, it kind of comes along with its own problems. If you don't know how to keep the core tight and the belly button in and the back straight, basically, it can be a problem. So do those reasonably. Okay, let's see. Let's do some squats. Can't forget those. Good. Feet are straight like train tracks. Put a little torque on the toes, twisting them out. Good. Let's do 3 more. 2 and 3. Good. All right, so let's get started. I wanted to do that squat with a knee raise. Why don't we go ahead and grab a weight. Grab heavy, light, whatever you want. And I'm just going to stand right here in the middle of the screen. You can be beside your chair if you like, or in front of your chair. They'll both work. And I'm just going to squat and raise the knee. Try to be real controlled with that knee raise. Jinx myself. Focusing too hard. And let's do one more. Good. 10 on each side. Let's do the other one. And butt back, Belly button stays in. Good, halfway through. I kind of like this because I can watch myself. Don't need a mirror. And last one. Okay, good. Grab your lighter weights and we'll do some reverse bicep curls. Darn, that's gonna be hard with 10s. I'll give it a try. So remember with a reverse bicep curl, most important thing, looks like I dropped out there for a sec, but we're okay, hopefully. Keeping that flat wrist there. Want to be able to lie a ruler right across the top there. And if you can't, your weight's probably too heavy. I'll do this lateral so you can see me there. And keeping the elbows back. Good, trying to keep my elbows in. And one more. Good. All right, let's go to our Arnold presses. It's up to you whether you want to use light or heavy weights on this one. Depends how good at them you are. Usually overhead's pretty hard. So one thing to think about with these, particularly when you're standing, make sure your knees aren't locked. You're doing yourself a lot of disservice by locking your knees on that. I also find that making sure my butt is back kind of helps with that. Of course, we're always keeping the shoulders back and down, and we're starting with the palms facing me and rotating around 180 degrees. Keep your chest up tall. It doesn't come down during the repetition. Nice tall chest throughout. Try to keep your elbow underneath the weight. Let's do two more. 1 and 2. All right. Good, so that's our first set. Let's go back and do them again. So my first one I had was that squat with the knee raised. Shoulders are back, belly button's in, moving the butt back, move that big giant box behind you. And keeping your core tight as you lift the leg especially. Should be tight throughout, but that's when I really have to focus. Good. Let's do the other one. And 10. Whew. Good. Oh, thank you. I was going to tell you guys that video that I put up there, the one about low back pain, it helped me with that exercise there, just because it made me realize, and also watching myself on here, that I was leaning over too far on one side. And what that means is that if you have to lean a lot more to one side when you lift the leg like that, that you're not using that glute medius. So definitely take a look at that video. Anyway, trying to buy myself some time here. I had the reverse bicep curls. That was a little heavy, so I'm gonna grab a little lighter on those. That's a nasty one. Okay, so back to it here. Palms are back. I like that side view there, so you can watch the arm. Make sure the elbows are staying back. Let's go to 15. Keep that wrist straight. Watch it. You got to keep an eye on it. And last one. Good. Okay, very good. Let's do those Arnold presses again. I need heavier than that. I can breathe again, so I better go back to the weights. Okay, shoulders back. Belly buttons in, butts back. Knees are not locked. And press. We can talk about breathing real quick. Ideally, you want to be breathing out when you press up. But I always tell people that Arnold Schwarzenegger won Mr. Olympia breathing backwards. The complete opposite of what you're supposed to do. Let's do 2 more. So really, I think the big takeaway from that is that just breathe is the important part. What you don't want to do is hold your breath. That's real bad news. Okay, 2 sets down. Everybody doing all right? Let's see. We'll go back to that last set and then move on. So, let's do that knee raise. I'm going to put one of my weights up. And watch my lean here and see what I'm talking about. One side well, hopefully I won't do it here, but feel free to call me out if I do. So shoulders back, and there it goes. That's the one I was doing it on too, but now that muscle's getting the hang of it. And that's the glute medius, by the way. I think I said that, but reiterate, that's a really important muscle that usually has a hard time. Good. So if you have low back pain or hip pain, that's definitely a place to look. IT band pain, all that stuff is often related to that. Some other stuff too, but that's one of the big ones. Shoulders back, squat, and I just want to stand straight up, no leaning, or not much. And last one. All right, very good. Let's do those reverse bicep curls. I'll do it this way just to be different. Okay. Well, I've got a mirror over here, so I like that too. I've got both views there. And we'll just do 12 this time. And 12, good. Okay, one more go round of those Arnold presses. Do a profile here too. Just kind of, like I said, hopefully you can see the knee bend and the butt back. Real important, as soon as you lock out your legs like that, you're throwing off your whole chain of muscles there. That's called your pillar strength, the ability to stand up tall like that and strong. But that's a good way to get started with it, is making sure you're not locking those knees, at least on your workouts. Shoulders back, and one. Oh, let me do this on my knees, just so you guys can see my palms too. 3. I actually like these on your knees, but sure, go ahead and try them if you want. Good. Okay, so I don't know if you got down on the knees there, but if you did, you might see that it works a little differently. It has something to do with the hip flexors. Like I guess when you bend the knee, that tightens the quad, which ultimately a little bit's going to tighten the hip flexor, and that's where I feel it. So not sure about you if you tried that. If not, well, I'll make sure to put that in maybe the next workout, since we only did one anyway. Okay, so what do we have next? These never go away. At least you can do them on the floor now, on the carpet. Bird dogs and fire hydrants. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, well, you know it does the trick. So I was trying to make this as chair-like as possible, so you can do it with just a regular kitchen chair or whatever it is. Wait a minute. No, I'm doing the wrong one. We want to do bird dogs. Remember, for bird dogs, my hands are touching, my feet are both on the ground. As much as you want to put a knee there, obviously I just did, but they're not. Your feet are on the ground. Then I want to take one of my arms. I usually use the one that's inside the chair, so if I fall into the chair. And touch that to the opposite knee. And then raising out to the side. Good, really squeeze that glute when you extend the leg. And you want to make sure that you can straighten your leg there. If you can't straighten the leg, that means you're using your hamstring, not your glute. Well, you might be using your glute some, but not enough. 10. Good, that's plenty. Let's do the other side. I'm going to switch sides just so I stick with that rule of falling into the chair. It's not a bad habit to get in the habit of. All right, so knee to elbow and extend. 1, 2. Oh, I forgot to do the other one. You know what? 3. We'll go back and do it here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Really reach as far as you can. Point the toe. And 10. Good. Okay, I meant to do the fire hydrant right after that, but I didn't. So we'll go ahead and do them here separately. We can start with the outside leg here. And I'm going to bend the knee. Other foot is on the ground. Again, no knees on the chair, as tempting as it is. And then I want to lift that leg laterally. No rotating. I don't want to rotate. I just want to lift laterally. 2, 3, 4. You really feel that stabilizer leg working too. The stationary leg. Let's do 12 of these. Since we didn't do the combo. I guess we kind of did on that one, but not on this next one. Ooh. Limp over here to the other side. Okay. So shoulders are back, sticking my butt out, flattening out the back. Remember, that's important. And I really like to have my palms down. I don't know if there's necessarily anything bad about doing up on the hands like that. If you have to, I don't know that there's anything wrong with it, but I know that you've got a lot more support if your palm's down there. You know, if there's arthritis and it just hurts or some other reason, okay, that makes sense. But everybody else, try to flatten that palm out a little bit. Okay, so fire hydrants here. Bending the knee, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 2 more. 1 and 2. Good. Alrighty. So that was our bird dog and our fire hydrant. What else did we have? Sumo squat presses. Oh, I like them. I like sumo squats. As far as squats go, and deadlifts for that matter, I kind of think, I don't want to say they're easy. They just don't, I don't know. Maybe it's just my physiology it works well with. But it seems like other people too. Whenever I'm trying to get people to learn deadlifts, that's the easiest way to get to do it, is with that sumo one. So who knows? Anyway, we're doing squats though today, not deadlifts. So you're standing upright, the chest stays up tall, elbows are down, weights right over my elbow. I'm going to bring the knees out as far as I can. And you know, let me do a profile of this for you guys. Sorry, you can keep going. I just want you to see where my knees are. I'm not saying that I'm perfect at it, but you can see they're not in at all. Maybe I'll start here. Finding that right angle. 2 more. 1 and 2. Good. All right. One other thing on those sumos, especially on everything, but especially the sumos, tightening the pelvic floor there, really important because that's completely what controls those adductors. So if you're not doing that, do it. Okay, back to our bird dog and fire hydrant combo. So let me flatten out my back. All right, sticking the butt out always feels a little odd, but that's the way you do it. Shoulders are back, knee to elbow, and reach. Good, squeeze the butt, reach with the fingertips and the toes. 10, good. Let's go right to that fire hydrant, lifting the foot directly out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to look ahead of me a little bit instead of down at the floor. Helps keep the spine straight a little bit. 2 more. And very nice little burn there on both my buns. All right. So, other side here. Remember, feet are on the ground. No knees on the chair whatsoever. And inside arm, outside leg. Superman, reaching as far as I can. Coming back, holding the belly button in. That's real important on this too. Most everybody's gotten this one. So I might forget to say that, but that belly button in is always crucial. Let's do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Feet back down on the ground. We'll bend the knee and squeeze. 1. Good. 2. 4, 5. This would be a great one to do with a band too if you have one at home. And 10. Holy moly. Okay, that did the trick. I'm gonna get some water real quick. If you'd like to do the same, please do. Gotta do that sumo, and we'll do one more go around of those. Do we get to sit down? I think so. Okay. I gotta get some headphones. Next time I'll try working out with headphones because I don't want to play music because I don't want them to take it down from Facebook, which they will do if it picks up the music. But I was going to try headphones, so we'll see. Anyway, hopefully you're listening to some music there at home. I always feel like if I've got the opportunity, it makes work out a little bit better. For a long time, I listened to podcasts, and my wife told me, you should listen to music, you should listen to music. And then I finally did, and it is a lot better. As much as I love listening to people talk. So, knees out, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, very good. So, put these weights down. And we've got one more set of the combination here. Got both hands down on the bench, or the chair. Hang on. All right, so knee up. I can tell I'm rusty. 6, and 12. Did I do bird dogs? Shoot. I don't think I did. Let's do bird dogs just in case. 1, 2. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, that's plenty. Holy cow. So we did 12 on the other side, so unfortunately we gotta do 12 here. Ay, ay, ay. And we might as well do it in that same order. Sorry about that. I think I skipped the bird dogs there, but hey, why not? Maybe we'll like the way this works. It certainly seemed to do the trick, especially with those 12 of the fire hydrants. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Okay. So, oops. And 1, 2, some things never change. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 more. 9, and 10. All right. Ooh, I feel my buns. Feel those buns. Let's do a sumo here, and then we will take a seat. So, toes out wide, and feet are pretty wide on this one. Most of the time people tend to stand too narrow, and that's not wrong. Ideally what you want is, if you look at my, well, I'm stand that way. You ideally want that knee right over the center, over your ankle. I mean, directly over. That's where you want, and that's where you want to wind up at the end. So for most people, that's pretty wide. If I was too narrow, I'm going to be way out there, and I'm not over my ankles, way over here, my knees. That's no good for you. So, butt back and press. Use the belly to press. And 12. All right. That's our standing exercises. Let's see what we've got for sitting. Let's see. Front shoulder. Raise. Alternate over. Okay, so let's see. So hopefully, I'm going to assume that everybody has some sort of ball. If you don't have a ball, get a towel and roll it up into, maybe fold it in half long ways and then roll it up so it's a nice size of a ball, and use that for your back. And I mean, even 2 if you had to, because you want a good size something there behind your back. Like I said, use that towel if you don't have. I'm just concerned about that because nobody's going. Sorry about that. Don't know if anybody's going shopping to get one. So if you don't, you can use that towel. And let's start with, I'll tell you what, I've actually got a bench here, so I'm actually going to lean my bench back because the ball doesn't work too well in this. But at home, you've just got your regular dining room chair, towel rolled up, put behind your back. And let's do a front shoulder raise. So probably your lighter weights. I want to sit up tall for this, sitting at the front of my seat. And shoulders are back. Arms are straight, keeping my shoulders down. Really kind of locking the arms straight. The elbow joint is kind of like it's stuck stiff. Keep your chest up. Let's do 3 more. And 12. Good. Okay, we're going to lean back on our chair now. All right. And I want to bring my weights up. We'll do our alternating reverse chest press. So I've got a neutral grip of the weights. Important things to remember on the chest press: 45-degree angle between the arm and the body. And you want your weight out right over your elbow, not in it. I even caught myself there with it in over my shoulder. You don't want it over your shoulder, you want it over your elbow. And most people don't do it that way, so it takes some getting used to. Those are your main things. And then of course, shoulders down. We're gonna start with both weights up, shoulders away from the ears, and I bring one side down and then bring that same side back up. Other side down and then back up. First side and up. So you see one's always stabilized there at the top. 5, 6. We'll do 20 of these. Just 10 on each side. 19 and 20. Okay, let's do a little ab exercise here. You can do that kick. So very, very important that you've got that towel here. If you don't have a towel, just skip this one, all right? Because it's just not worth it. And it's the one where I've got the straight leg out. I'm lifting the leg, keeping my chest up tall, straight torso. Good. Trying to keep that leg straight by squeezing the quad. Trying to just sit up, lead with the chest. Billy said something else. She had a good cue that I liked too. I forgot what it was. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 10. All right, not too bad. Let's see. I just want to see if I want to do one other thing here. No, I already did it. That's fine. Let's just stick with those 3. Okay, so back to our front shoulder raise. Shoulders back. And 1. Straight arms. Lock them straight. You do that by squeezing the tricep, the back of the arm. And 12. Good. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Catch my breath here. Let's go to that chest press. Leaning back. I'm going to press up, starting with both weights up. Bringing one side down, keeping that 45 degrees, keeping the weight over the elbow and back up. Other side down and back up. 3, 4, we take these nice and slow. 5, 6, 7. And I know I've said this to you before, but we might as well get it on tape in that, oh shoot, I forgot what it was. Shoot, oh well, I'll remember a little bit. That's funny. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, I know what it was. Too much stuff going on at once. Was just the point of that one is the stability. So while my one arm is working, you know, instead of getting a complete rest, if you're down here, you get almost, like maybe the shoulder's working a tad, but you're working a lot more if you're up here. Yet it's enough for the big movers, namely the chest, to get a rest. So it's just got a neat effect. All right, so last one, we've got to do that ab exercise. Straight leg, remember I'm keeping that leg straight with my quad, straight arm, and I'm sitting up, I'm not crunching. You don't want to get in that fetal position at all. I was always told to act like you've got a string there pulling your chest up, and it works for most things. So, other side, and remember your low back, make sure you got it up against that towel or ball, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, excellent. We have one more go round of that and we will cool down. So catch your breath, get another drink of water. That's always a good thing. I'll note again that I'm actually drinking water. Limited myself to 2 caffeine-free diet sodas a day, which for me is a big deal. I mean just cans. So, you know, you gotta start somewhere. It'd be better if I cut them all out, but at least I was just feeling the effects of that caffeine. I think that heavy moving that I've been doing for the last couple weeks, and all the caffeine I'd been drinking to supplement that, and I was feeling, pretty good arthritis, which isn't the norm for me, so. Must be dehydrated. Hydrate those joints. Okay, last go round. Let's do that front shoulder raise. Shoulders back, belly buttons in, sitting up as tall as I can, and locking the arms straight. Squeeze the triceps, or the wing area, as some people would say. 4, 5, and you want to hold that throughout. Let's never let go of it. And yes, it is good for the wing area if you do that all the time. And 12, good. Okay, all done with that one. Let's do our last chest press. Leaning back, starting up top, neutral grip. Bringing that side down with a 45-degree angle. Weights over my elbow and back up. Other side down and back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, and 20. All right, all done with the weights. So let's get that last ab exercise. Also feel it in the hip flexor, but in a good way, and that's when if you keep the leg locked. All right, so, and if your hip flexors are so tight that it hurts, hurts them to do this, that's not the right. If it feels too tight, maybe you want to watch it, for the hip flexor at least. 9 and 10. All right, good. Other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Good. Okay, that's all we've got. Let's do some stretching. reaching up above the head, bending the elbow, pulling the shoulders back. Hope you guys had a good workout. All right, other side. And yeah, I definitely feel a difference, you know, just usually, I mean, I'm working out every day, and just because of the work, other than these classes, I haven't been. But no excuses now, because we still have lots of work to do, but not the heavy lifting. At least I can make excuses to myself. Yesterday we transported, oh God, it filled up a whole F-150. So, and it was all cement, so it had to be 2,000 or 3,000 pounds of stuff that we moved. So just crazy stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, I guess some diehards might go working out after that, but I felt like I had worked out. But now we've got lots of work to do, but it's not the same stress, or you know, the same stressors, and it won't be enough, you know, just because you're working all day. I remember somebody telling me one time that I asked them if they worked out, you know, on their own, and they said, well, I did gardening. It's like, I did gardening all day. Doesn't that count for anything? No, absolutely not. Let's cross the legs and sitting up tall, breathe in and breathe out, pushing down the knee. Food is tough these times too, because, you know, assumedly most of the stuff you got had to be preserved somehow, either, not most, but a lot of it, you know, either frozen or, you know, everything else is kind of, frozen's not bad, but, you know, canned gets, you know, it's cooked, so that's not as good, and then once they start putting preservatives into it, that's the bad news. Cans aren't bad for you, but they're just not as you know, as many nutrients, and that and the botulism, but just kidding. Okay, let's put one leg out straight. Don't eat puffy cans. But you guys know that probably better than I do. All right, so leg back, straight back. It's actually another hobby I haven't started yet, but I have the equipment for. I got all the jars, the ball jars. What are they called? Something ball. Yep, my grandmother gave them to me, and you know, I just think it's good to know how to do stuff. You know, especially in times like this. Haha, see, I was right. Although I never got to canning, unfortunately. I did it a couple times, but I wouldn't trust it. You know, you want to do it a few times before you do all your food that way. Make sure you got it down. Have to do one and let it sit for a while and then see how that turns out. Okay, good. So let's see. Let's do our wrist real quick. Grabbing the thumb if you want the extra stretch there. And if you've been doing the other one for a while, maybe it's time to start grabbing the thumb anyway, unless obviously if it hurts you, don't do it. But if you've been doing the other one for a while, move up to that thumb. That's not a big jump after you do it for a while. And I remember when I first started, what? That's a lot harder. But it gets easier. Okay, let's stretch the quads, and well, you're already home, so we won't get you home, but get you to your next activity. I hope you guys are finding good ways to pass the time. We have been. Just trying to make the most of it, like any situation. Standing up nice and tall, push the hips forward, pull the knee back, and bring those knees together. All right, let's go to the other side. Here we go. Pushing the hips forward, knee as close to the other one. Ooh, boy, I feel that stretch today. Hello, quadricep. Good grief. Tell which one that is. Okay. Well, I hope you had a good workout, and I will look forward to seeing everybody on Wednesday at 10:30 again. Have a great day.